stage, and your fellow media members, please silence your cell phones at this time. Also, please provide your name and media affiliation with each time you ask a question. For those joining us on Zoom, use the raise hand function, and if time permits, we will get to those at the end. And of course, no video recording in this room whatsoever, so please keep those phones down for that function. And with that, Coach Anderson, any remarks on the contest?
Congrats to Florida Atlantic. I thought they played very well. They answered every time we made a run. I mean, we made a great second half, got off to a great start. I didn't think we played great the first half, didn't play FDU basketball. And then the second half we played really well. And had a couple runs. We got it by I don't know, it was by 4 a couple times or by 3. And they answered. They answered every time they hit a big 3 or made big shots. Davis hurt us, obviously, so congrats to them. Wishing the best going forward. I couldn't be more proud of a basketball team and a bunch of guys than I am of my guys right here. And my guys here, my guys in the locker room. What a historical run. We always talk about 6-0 runs. We were 1-6-0 run away from the Sweet 16. I mean, we went toe-to-toe with one team, a top 5 team in the country, and this team's a top 25 in the country. We went toe-to-toe the last few days with 2 great teams and didn't back down, didn't go away. We're not just happy to be here. So I couldn't be more proud of our team, our players, our program, the administration, the people around me, my family. And it stinks because I told them in the locker room, the hardest part is not being able to go to practice the next day. Like I love being around these guys, and so now you don't see it as much, especially the guys who move on. So, but it was an incredible run, and we're proud of what we did.
We'll now move into questions for the players first. We'll refrain questions from Coach Anderson until the end, please. Right here first.
Yeah, Jake Trotter from ESPN. Guys, now that this run is over, could you put into words what this last week has been like for you all, the magical run that you guys had?
Dimitri, you want to jump on that one first?
When we look back at things, we started July 5th, getting to know the new players, new culture, new coaches for the players that stayed from last year. Just learning each other, going forward. We was picked last in every poll. The practices, the hard practices, the 6 a.m. films, the 40s and 40s, 60s and 60s that we had to run.
We didn't do a 60 and 60s
All the running we had to do. I couldn't be more proud of this team. We overcame a lot of things. Everybody improved this year. From me to everybody else. Joe Munden improved. Ansley Almanor improved. Sean Moore improved. Everybody just 1 through 15 improved. And to get to this moment is kind of hard. You know what I mean? So, I'm very proud. Depending on the outcome. So.
Down here in front.
Mark Cannizzaro from the New York Post. For Dimitri and Grant, can you knew this moment was going to come where you would play a last game together after all of this time. Can you speak about what your emotions are? Obviously it's quick after the game, but I don't know if you had a word in the locker room or anything like that together.
Me and Grant been close for five years, so that bond is never gonna change. Win, lose, or draw. We still gonna stay the same. We play the game with class. We have respect. That's one thing I can say personally. That's my brother, man. We bond well on the court and off the court, so it makes everything special. You know what I mean? So, I'll love him forever.
Grant, anything to add?
Yeah, just it's a bittersweet moment because you always want to suit up the next game next to your brother. It's always special playing next to him. We feed off each other well. And like you said, that's been my brother for like 5 years. We've been around Coach. It's a great relationship to have. But even off the court, everything's gonna stay the same. It's still gonna be my roommate. It's still gonna be the guy I kick it with every day. So it's special, but you always want to suit up that next game and play. But things happen. So.
Right here.
Joe, Mark Cannizzaro from the New York Post. If I could ask you about these 2 guys next to you and what they've meant to you and, just the run they had together and certainly this year.
I think everything that these two guys have done together, including Coach Anderson, has been nothing short of remarkable. It's something that you really have to just sit back and appreciate because guards like this don't come around too often. I really want to just take this time to just tell them how much I appreciate these two, and these three actually, including Coach. These guys have came and changed this program in ways that I never could have imagined. Last year we were sitting, at this time I was sitting in my dorm room. I didn't know when the next time I was going to play basketball was. And for these guys to come in and bring us here to this place where we're honestly not supposed to be, it's just, it's amazing. So I really appreciate these guys, and I wish them the best moving forward. These are my brothers for life.
Dimitri, Joe, Grant, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Questions for Coach Anderson?
Tobin, Mark Canizero of the New York Post. Was there any part of when you guys come out down 9-0 where maybe you were just still a bit gassed from the last couple of days, and was no element to that at all?
No, I thought we missed some easy shots early on. I actually thought we played halfway decent to start the game. We missed a couple layups, right? Missed a couple wide open layups. Some funny things happened. So I thought, you don't want to get down 9-0. Was it 9-0?
9-0.
Yeah, it was 9-0. So you don't want that to happen. But sometimes I've been ahead sometimes 9-0, and things go crazy too. So I thought we actually were playing okay. We just missed some shots, like a couple layups at the rim. But you're always worried because it's been a crazy 48 hours for us, and so you didn't want to. Hopefully, we're not content or not. I didn't think we were. And then once that happened, we got through that. We went toe to toe the rest of the way. We ended up losing by 8. We were the whole rest of the way was a heck of a college basketball game.
If I could just follow up quickly, since I have the mic, regarding Grant and Dimitri. I know you've spoken a lot about those two guys, but can you put into words now that it is final and they played their last game, what your emotion is?
Yeah, they're like sons to me. They're like 150 games down. How many practices that? How many times at my house? My daughter's out there. We get beaten. It's not about the loss. It's about those guys moving on. And that's they're like sons. They're like sons. You couldn't ask for two better people. They were playing Division II basketball for 4 years, right? We watched these last two games. If you just put a person out there and said a neutral person and watch those two guys play, and those are really good guards, very good guards. And but they're even better people. They're better competitors. There's never been a time I've had to tell them to not act classy or not do the right thing or not. They're just wonderful, and it's hard to get guys like that. So yeah, I'm sad because I don't get a chance to coach those two anymore. But they'll be like they're like sons, and they move on. And I'm so proud of those two. What a great thing for them to come here and be able to experience this. To be in this environment, for people to see how good they really are. So I'm happy for them. There's nothing to be sad about. I'm sad that it's over. I'm sad that we can't practice anymore. But that's what we did was incredibly special, and that'll be something to remember for the rest of their lives. And they're going to have great careers and going to have great lives and great families, and they'll come back. And I don't know how many of my ex-players came to the game tonight. Guys flying in from all over the place. I hadn't seen in 15, 20 years. And as a coach, that's just such a wonderful thing. And there's no doubt that these two guys. I'm not sure how. Like I said, hopefully I can coach for another. They're going to go play overseas and stuff. But hopefully they'll bring their families back to see us play again in 15, 20 years. I hope I'm still coaching in 15, 20 years. We'll see how that goes. But no, they're just two wonderful, wonderful people.
Yeah, Coach, you used the word special. You used that Saturday as well. Now that it is over. How special has this run been for you guys, and what are you going to remember about this, going forward, and what do you think your players will remember?
Everything. Just being here and being in this environment and see the crowd. And tonight was the same way. Everybody's got chanting FDU, and TV audience had it. We're going head to head. The place going crazy. There's the police escorts. Everything. This is a great tournament. It's a great it makes you want to get back here as much as you can. Once you get to this on Division II, Division III, your Division I tournament, this is a pretty special thing to be in. I want to get back here. I want these players. If I feel that way, I'm sure the players do too. So it'll be a little more fire for us going forward. But They'll remember the whole everything. They'll remember each other. They'll remember the crowds. We left the hotel today. There's bands playing, and we're high-fiving the president, who's been an unbelievable supporter, is there, and all of our friends and family are there. Like, that was incredible. I mean, we won four. I won. The team last year, the program won 4 games. Well, the story is 4 games to where we were a 6-0 run away from the Sweet 16. They won 4 games last year. Like, what kind of, to have that kind of people around you, the kind of character we had to fight through that and to be resilient, like, I don't know about sports stories. That's going to be the most amazing because like, people are saying, who was watching? K-State, Jerome Tang, really good friend of mine from 5-star years ago, right? Yeah, what a great job. He's done an unbelievable job. They're 15 and 17. They're still 15 and 17 last year. We're 4-22. 4-22 to 1. We're right there to go to Sweet 16. That's not one of the most amazing things I've seen in my life, or anybody else seen. That's crazy. And so, yeah, there's every part of this I'll remember for forever, and they will too.
We got time for one more.
You can go as long as you want to. I don't care.
I'll stay up all day with Coach.
I got to get a charter in the middle of the night or something like that. I'm on the Today Show tomorrow morning, so I'm not going to sleep anyway. So
Let's keep them rolling then.
that's good. How many you want to go for?
Adam Jardy with the Columbus Dispatch. You mentioned just the chaos and everything in the last 48 hours, and what a team in your situation could have come out, been flat, and just never really been in the game. What was the hardest part in the last 48 hours of trying to just handle everything and make sure your guys handled it in the right way?
I mean, all right. I've been coaching for 21 years. I'm 51 years old, right? I walk out there to watch this, to peek at the Michigan State game, and there's people wanting to get a picture with me. Who wants to get a picture with me 48 hours ago, right? And my wife might get a picture with me, my kids might want a picture with me. No one else wants it. There's like people lined up to get a picture with me. So, and I'm old, right? Imagine being 19, 20 years old. All of a sudden we got cameras around, we got people around, they're on ESPN, it's a lot, right? And it's all awesome. It's all awesome. That's a lot to put on people. So I was proud of the fact that, we didn't let that bother us too much. We got off to a little slow start, but we were not content, complacent, the whole thing. So going through all this stuff, what an incredible thing. But man, it's been a lot. It's been a little bit. But wonderful. It's all wonderful. It's all great and incredible.
Here in the middle.
Ty Belcher, Ken Wired. Coach, you talked about just a few questions ago. You want to make sure that you get back here, how you love the environment. What do you have to do to ensure that this team doesn't become complacent and can get back to this big dance that everybody dreams of getting to?
Well, so my background, I was at, this is my 8th, and I'm not trying to be arrogant or cocky, but it's my 8th division NCAA tournament in a row, right? So it's stacked. We did the same thing. Like once you get here, that's a huge advantage because now the guys see all the stuff, all the bells and whistles, but also the environment, the teams. So I think it'll help. It'll motivate our guys, motivate our program, help with recruiting. There's a lot of facets that it'll help with. So I think that's just a big advantage to be in here for all of us going forward. But we will not be complacent. No, there's no way. I'm not a complacent person. So and I have an unbelievable coaching staff. So this is gonna. Let's be honest. We were a very good basketball team. The last 2 weeks, we went toe to toe. We were a very good basketball team. I wouldn't mind. There's a lot of teams I wouldn't mind playing right now. I wouldn't have said that a month ago. So I think that we're just going to get better and better. The program's going to get better, and it's going to be a lot of success.
We got 2 more if you go with it, Coach.
Sure, go.
All right, over here. Either one, both of them. One, then the other.
Hey, Coach. Sam Sprunger, Big 10+4 ASAP Network. You talked about wanting your entire team to enjoy every single aspect of this, but knowing that you had a job to do, was there at any point that you had to wrangle them in and focus them, or were they there?
We talked the other day about the philosophy of 22 and 2. We break the day down into 24 hours. 22 hours of the day is not, basketball is not the most important thing. Basketball takes a backseat to school, to family, to friends, to social time. But for 2 hours a day, basketball becomes the most important thing. So that was our culture. They were talking, and Meach talked about culture. Like, culture's hard. Like, we had to come in the program. The culture's being on time. Culture's doing the right thing. Culture's treating people the right way, saying please and thank you. Culture is all the little things, right? So we talk about 22-2 the first day I got the job. I handed it to him. This is how we're going to live. We're going to live by this 22-2. So we didn't change just because he won. So we kind of said, hey, these 2 hours when it's just basketball, let's concentrate on Florida Atlantic. Let's concentrate on the preparation. But when you go away, when we're not meeting for film or not practicing, go do what you do, which I guess is make TikToks. I mean, there's a lot of TikToks out there, so I guess that's what they do. But yeah, so if that's your culture, right? If you lean back on your culture on the good and the bad days, things end up being pretty good. So, you lose a game, it's still your culture. You win a game, it's still your culture. So we didn't change from our culture at all. And that's credit to those guys,
Kevin Armstrong from NJ.com. How quickly does the pivot come for you now, in terms of, recruiting, whether it's your own guys, the portal, everything, just, building off this success and, just getting into the big picture of the program?
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, I've got it. It's like I had 1,100 unreturned texts before the game. I'm sure I got a lot more now. So I've got to do all that kind of stuff and do that. But we're gonna enjoy this for a little bit here. Obviously, I think you got to take a couple weeks off here, get back to school, get their grade stuff taken care of. But nothing stop. It doesn't stop. It's part of coaching. I mean, thank you.